Yeah.
What rhymes with my poo? Scooby Dooby Doo. Come on, that was funny. Fuck you guys.
You can lead in with an emotional bit about how Scrappy Doo has been arrested yet again for heroin addiction, or his heroin problem.
Join Pikachu, Ash, and the gang. The Mandalorian is great in the new series, and let's check out what's new in the world of pop culture with your hosts John, Tim, and Quentin, and a podcast we call Rewind
and Reload.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Rewind and Reload. We have a special news segment today. I regret to inform you that Scrappy Doo's body has been found in a dumpster in what has been reported to be a drug deal gone bad.
He will be
That's
missed.
really all the details I have. I don't really think he'll be missed. I don't think
We've
anybody
reached
likes
out to
Scrappy Doo.
We've reached out to the Doo family for comment, and they have not replied.
This just in, they did reply. They said to keep the body and fuck that guy.
Yeah, I mean,
God,
like, he was...
I just
knows what
realized
he
I'm gonna
did.
have to fucking censor that.
Because the first 5 minutes of YouTube, yeah. A lot of that, really. I don't know. It's fine.
Myself.
We don't have
Like a
monetization right now.
Like a fiddle. Anyways, if you haven't guessed, we're talking about Scooby Doo this week. Before we get into the doobage, you guys want to catch up? All of my subpoints in the outline are just like adjective doobage to discuss the different eras of Scooby Doo.
Oh, I see that now.
I didn't look ahead at all.
Neither did I.
Oh, yeah. Doober movies.
Oh yeah, I forgot that one was Doober, not Doobage.
Oh, that's good shit.
I don't really... My week was fine, I guess. I didn't really do much. I'm going to be reorganizing my setup soon, so we're not going to have fake guitar and couch.
Damn it.
We're gonna have a fake banjo.
I mean, I could change it literally
love
as we
seat.
speak right now, but I don't know if it's going to fuck anything up, so I'm not going to do it.
There you go.
No
Couldn't
need
you?
to risk it.
Speaking of the banjo thing, couldn't you do a real banjo? Doesn't your dad have one?
I don't know where it is. It used to be in the closet here in my office, but I don't know where it went. But yes, he does.
Okay. So
We
we
could
could
do
do
like a banjo special one night, where Tim banjos or something. I don't know. Do you know how to play the banjo?
Hell no.
You could
that. Your
learn.
dad kinda does, right? Or he says he does at
He
least.
claims. But he claims a lot.
Kind of played the harmonica though.
I have one. I mean, they're not expensive, so yes, I could. But I don't think harmonica's going to translate well to a non-condenser microphone, so...
I think it'd be good. It'd be fine.
We could
Oh
do
yeah,
a
well,
little
it's just going to peak the fuck out of it, and everyone's not going to know what they're listening to. It's going to hit my audio gate on a voice meter, and it's just going to cut off because it's so fucking loud.
It's fine.
I'll have to, like, go across the room to play, so it doesn't, like...
You play it there and it'll pick up on mine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cool glass.
Oh, thank you. It's some kind of vintage something or other. It's got like owls. Hell yeah.
Oh.
A lot of random vintage things in my house. Apartment. I don't know what I live in.
How's your week been, Q?
It's been pretty good. I had to pull some all-nighters for school, and then went to a concert, I drank too much at the concert, and that was basically like the highlight of probably the past month of my life.
But
It's
anybody
literally just like school. But I mean, on the bright side, I'm like graduating. I don't know if I've said it on here before. I'm graduating like a semester earlier than I thought. So like, that's pretty tight, I guess.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you have what, a year left?
I have 3 semesters left.
Oh,
Damn,
so like
son.
a year and a half ish.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That'll fly
Yeah.
by.
Oh yeah.
I remember my
oh god, sorry.
My last year was quick. Like it went by quick.
That's what I'm hoping for. I hate school.
Yeah.
I like
'Cause you get done- When you get down to those last couple of semesters and you have a little less classes, your teachers kind of care a little bit less too about you. Like you end up just working on bigger projects that last like the whole year. They're just like,
honestly,
yeah, just do when you do it. It's whatever. You guys are adults now.
that's like already how some of my professors are. Like, I swear to God, they just like don't give a shit about due dates. It's great. Like, there was one
Yeah.
project I turned in like a couple days late, and he's just like he took off points for it, but I still got like, I think like a 95 on it or something, and I know I did shit in it wrong. So like, how much did he take off for it being late? I was like, what the fuck? I feel like
Point.
I had
at this
a
point, the professors are just like looking to see if I wrote anything down, and then they're just like, good enough.
I had a professor whose name started with an S, his
Good
last
enough.
name, and you probably have had him. Me and a friend turned in a fucking project a day late, and we know part of it didn't work, and we still got it like a 90% on it.
That's what
You
I'm saying, dude.
tried.
The only thing that didn't work on it, it was a web app, and I think the only thing that didn't work on it was our like login was like goofy, and you had to like do some weird shit to like make it work, but it worked. And he's like, "This is I'm gonna take points off for this, but like, you guys did the project, even though it was late." And we were like, "Hell yeah, dude! All right, cool."
There you go.
That's
Yeah.
basically how my final
Wasn't it-
project went too. It was the same guy.
After my first couple years, most of my projects, they were like, as long as you like turn in all your homework by the end of the year, like we're only gonna take like 5 or 10 points off. So like it didn't really matter. The
Yeah,
only time I
honestly,
would
it's
turn
great.
things in on time is if I knew I wasn't gonna do good on it, whether I turned it in on time or not.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
I don't want to out myself too much as a fake intellectual, but my final project was me just writing. I mean, it's a project worth it. I wrote algorithms for a application to detect like heart congestion, I think is like I just wrote the behind the scenes
That's kinda cool.
algorithms of like symptom weighting and stuff like that. So hey,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was supposed to say it's better. All of my projects are just like Yu-Gi-Oh related.
we had a guy become very ambitious because it was in a class where we were doing like web apps incorporating databases, and we had a guy who was like very ambitious and wanted to make a website to like track his card collection for Yu-Gi-Oh, and I was like, good luck, buddy.
That's a little. I'm just talking about like I was gonna build like the probability calculators for like opening hands and like
Oh, see, that's
shit
yeah,
like
that's
that.
Oh, you're counting
Like-
you're counting cards.
well, when you're limiting yourself to 40, I feel like it's a lot easier than trying to track your entire
Yeah.
fucking collection with like whatever the
No,
what are
yeah.
what are they called, the set numbers and stuff. It's like
Oh yeah,
because he was
yeah.
pulling
So,
like
like,
everything from the card, and I was like, have fun with that one. Having to type in all those unique set numbers in the fucking fields, I'd rather not.
yeah. There's a lot. There's like fucking. I don't even know how many cards are in circulation. There's a lot. Too many.
Really,
keep
the
track
only
of.
coding I know how to do is like robotics coding, where like you just have points that you move robots
No.
to. So like I don't even know where to start with any of that you guys are talking about. I just know how
Honestly,
to move robot arms in CNC.
neither do I usually my coding process is stare at the screen and then I just kind of like disassociate.
God, my face is gone.
Oh God, Tim!
I'm back.
I disassociate for a while and then there's just if else statements on my screen. I'm just like, all right, cool.
Oh, so every bit of code, every like usable application ever, fucking just nothing but if else statements.
Hell yeah.
Pretty much.
AI is literally, I don't want to ruin the illusion for anybody. AI is just else if statements that learn how to fucking make themselves.
It's
You can't tell
a
the
lot
secrets.
less fun than people think, I guess.
Can't tell the boomers what they are.
Well, I'm not telling the boomers. The boomers can stay scared of it.
I mean, even if you explain to the boomers like that, I still like.
Oh, they
think
don't. I know from personal experience they do not understand even if you put it in baby terms.
Jesus.
All right. Anyway, so or wait, did we all catch up?
I didn't really do a whole lot this week, so
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
you're good.
don't want to skip over anybody.
Yeah, I'm like trying to think of like anything that I actually like productive that I could even talk about, and I really haven't done it.
Good
I've been
tat.
working on the podcast stuff a lot.
You got a tat?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I actually have another one.
Durgan
I have a-
Burl.
He's a big
I
TSM
have
fan.
another one coming up.
Or T4 TSF. TFS.
Team Force. What? Wasn't that like a YouTube thing? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, it was the people who made the Dragon Ball Z Abridged series.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or all of the Abridged series, I think, eventually.
So wait, why the 4-star?
That's
Something
the first one
specific
Goku
reason.
got from Grandpa Gohan in Dragon Ball, and then it's the one that Gohan, little Gohan, his son, wears in the beginning of Dragon Ball Z.
But he's got that.
Nice.
He's got that dumb little hat.
Yeah, that dumb little like sailor's hat with the Dragon Ball on top.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like those paper sailor hats that you fold up. So, but yeah, that's about it. And then I'm getting a Full Metal Alchemist tattoo on my back of my forearm here in December or January. So,
Nice.
yeah. So that'll be here soon, in the next couple weeks.
It's getting shipped in.
Getting shipped in, slapped on here.
I mean, you could, but
Yeah,
those like
that's it.
fake, those like realistic looking art, like temporaries that last like a week.
Oh yeah, the ones that people like buy the whole sleeves and stuff and do fake ones.
Yeah.
That just honestly to me seems like more work than to just go get a tattoo.
I get if you
To,
want to
like,
like
fake
if
it.
you like want to like put one on for like a week and be like, yeah, I could keep this for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I see that. That's
It's like a free trial, not quite free, but it's a free trial for a
Yeah.
tattoo. But let's get into Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo.
I really stretched that
You know what
rhyme.
I wish? You know what I wish I would have done is bought some Scooby snacks before this.
Missed opportunity.
They're good. Have you guys ever had Scooby snacks? You had to have, right?
Bro, are you
like the
talking
graham
about literal
cracker?
dog
Yeah.
treats?
No,
There's, like-
no. I have eaten a literal dog treat before, but it was a milk bone. It was disgusting, and I got $10 off my dad for doing it. But no, like Scooby snacks, you can get them in the snack aisle. I think they still have them, and they're like these graham cracker cookie things, and they have like the Scooby Doo logo. One's like Scooby's head, one's Shaggy's head, and they're like a cinnamony sugar graham cracker cookie, like Teddy Grahams.
Yeah, I've had these. I know what you're talking about.
I feel like your face right now is like, this man's insane. I'm just gonna agree with him to move on.
I don't know why you're talking about them so
don't know.
much.
They're good. They're good.
Fair enough.
Anyways,
Man's really hyped on these graham crackers. Hell yeah. Okay. Anyways, so Scooby Doo if you didn't know by now, is an American animated franchise comprising of like 8,000 different fucking spin-offs. Am I good? Yeah, I'm good to say bad words now.
Yeah, you're
so
good.
Originally it was produced in 1969, and it is still airing to this day. The newest season of the newest Scooby Doo started last month in October. Not to date ourselves. Which, what the fuck? Anyways, so as well as the derivative media, writers Joe Ruby and Ken Spears created the original series Scooby Doo, Where Are You? For Hanna-Barbera Productions in 1969. The Saturday morning cartoon series featured Fred Jones, Daphne Blake, Velma Dinkley. The fuck kind of a name is Dinkley? And Shaggy Rogers.
Dinkerly.
Heyo.
Wait,
And
whoa. Shaggy Rogers? Is that like... Okay, hold on. Because Steve Rogers, Captain America, is this like his stoner brother that no one knew of?
I'd say probably cousin, if anything.
Could be. Anyways, keep going.
And finally, their talking Great Dane named Scooby Doo. They solve mysteries involving supposedly supernatural creatures, but they're usually just people in costumes through a series of antics and missteps. Scooby Doo was originally broadcast on CBS, so the Scooby Doo, Where Are You? I should say, was broadcast from 1969 to 76. Then it moved to ABC, and then ABC had its, I think, like 5 or 6 different spin-offs in the time it was like on that network, and then they canceled it in 85. And then after that, we got a pup named Scooby Doo. And then after that, we got 2 Scooby-Doo reboots as part of the Kids WB, and on the WB and its successor, the CW, from 2002 until 2008. Further reboots were produced for Cartoon Network beginning in 2010 to 2018. And also repeats of various Scooby-Doo series are on Cartoon Network. The sister channel Boomerang. So pretty much like every variation of Scooby-Doo is pretty much on there. And then, like I said earlier, the current Scooby-Doo series, Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, premiered on June 27th, 2019. Originally, it was just a series on Boomerang streaming service, and then later it got put onto HBO Max. And like I said, it just had another season come out. So if you're fiending for Scooby-Doo content,
God,
you have HBO Max. Scooby-Doo and Guess Who?
I didn't get enough of my fill of Scooby-Doo as a child.
So, sometimes I do wish that I had a kid to watch Scooby-Doo with, so that, because like on my own, I don't know
just
if
watch
I really,
Scooby-Doo.
I don't think it could keep my attention long enough anymore.
I don't think having a kid will fix that.
I guess.
You know what kids don't have? Attention spans.
Yeah, but then I would be paying attention to the TV because I don't want to pay attention to my child.
Just like if any of your like other friends have kids, offer to babysit and then just watch Scooby-Doo.
I do sometimes do that with my nieces and nephews, where like I'll watch Paw Patrol with
Scooby-Doo?
them. No, I was like,
gross.
I'll watch like Paw Patrol and shit with them. It's good. It's not bad.
It's not Scooby-Doo.
Oh, and Bluey. Bluey's the other one.
Oh my god, don't get me started.
I don't know what a Bluey is.
Yeah, you do.
Look it up sometime. No, like not.
It's about a fucking Australian sheepdog.
Yeah. I guess your sisters are too old now to be watching it.
Yeah, bro, my little sisters are like teenagers, dog.
Fucking scary to think about.
It blows my mind because I remember your little sisters as like tiny children.
It's been 10 years since then.
Like
How does that want to make you feel?
I know. Yeah. Anyways, let's talk about Scooby Doo. Let's stop acting like we're old people.
All right. So the inception of the Doobie in 1968.
I think it was before that.
Parent-run organizations, particularly Action for Children's Television. They were basically angry parents. They began protesting what they perceived as excessive violence in Saturday morning cartoons. Most of these shows were Hanna-Barbera action cartoons such as Space Ghost, the Herculoids, and Birdman and the Galaxy Trio. And virtually all of them were canceled by 1969 because of pressure from the parent groups. Members of these watch groups then were advisors to Hanna-Barbera and other animation studios to ensure that new programs would be safe for children. I'm pretty sure, this is probably also this is
I was going to say, I wonder if this was about the same time that, do you guys know about, the weird thing that happened with horror comics in the 70s?
Yeah.
Where, people will that, coalition of, I don't want to say Bible thumpers, but basically, or these comics are too violent for our children. They're showing murder.
Well, that's also that's a lot of the era of the satanic panic and stuff too. So everyone was just everything's brainwashing our children to kill and become cult members.
I think it says a lot that these people read that far into kid shit and see stuff like that, and it's you're just looking for it. You want that.
Yep. If you'll always find what you're looking for if you look hard enough.
Oh, 100%.
But so the result of these parent watch group advisors and all that resulted in the Archie show.
If only they knew.
Oh yeah, what
the monstrosity that they turned that into.
Fucking shit. This is based on Bob Montana's teenage humor comic Archie. Also successful were the new musical numbers the Archies performed during each program, which I didn't realize this, but Sugar Sugar was from them. And that was the most successful Billboard #1 hit of 1969. A fucking cartoon band. Let's go.
Same year we put people on the moon, and fucking cartoon band was the leader of the Billboard.
Nothing's impossible, boys.
Amazing. So eager to build on this success, Fred Silverman contacted producers William Hanna and Joseph Barbera about creating another show based on a teenage rock group, this time featuring teens who solved mysteries between gigs. Fred Silverman was some kind of executive at CBS. I forget what his official title is, but he is very connected to the entirety of Scooby Doo and most of the network switches. He's also the person who Fred is named after because that was one of his inputs. Kind of weird to me, but hey, whatever. So originally Hanna-Barbera himself tried to make his own version of the show, and it was called House of Mystery. Barbara, I think it's Barbara.
I think it's Barbera. I've always heard of Barbera.
I don't fucking know. Anyways,
we do so much research for this show.
I forget to listen to pronunciation guides because I read
every
the shit that
every time I do anything about an anime or manga that I watch, when I did the Ghibli films,
fuck it, we're gonna go with Barbera for the rest of the episode. So Barbera developed and sold Hanna-Barbera shows while Hanna produced them. He passed the task along to story writers Joe Ruby and Ken Spears, as well as artist/character designer Iwao Takamoto. Their original idea, based in part on the Archie show, was titled Mysteries 5 and featured 5 teenagers: Jeff, Mike, Kelly, Linda, Linda's brother, WW, along with their bongo-playing dog. Too Much. The dog's name was Too Much.
Because he's
collectively
too
formed.
much.
Yes.
He's too funny.
They were the band called the Mystery Five. When the Mystery Five were not performing at gigs, they were out solving spooky mysteries involving ghosts, zombies, and other supernatural creatures. I kind of wish they kept the bongos for Scooby. I feel like that would have been a good character.
There's clips of him playing bongos, right?
Yeah,
Probably
but I wish
clips of
that
him
was
playing,
like one of his main things.
A full
That's fair. Yeah.
Rush drum
I get
kit,
what
let's
you're
be
saying,
honest. Scooby Doo has gone beyond jumping the shark at this point.
I don't know what that phrase means, I'll be honest with you. What is that? Jumping the shark.
It's like going on, like, you start with one thing and then, like, you go fucking crazy. And, like,
All
go
I
off the
know is
rails.
You jump there's the shark jump in Skate 3. That's the only jumping of the shark I know.
Let's just go with that one. That's
the
what
shark. I think about the shark jump in Reno 911,
Oh my god.
where he just falls into the tiny little shark tank, fucks himself up.
I need to like rewatch all of that show because I was too young to appreciate it when I first watched it.
I just did, and I can tell you right now, it is so funny, but there is some moments that I felt so awkward. The jokes aged a little rough.
That happens. But anyways, so Ruby and Spears' second pass at the show, because the first one got denied or whatever. You know how it goes. Ruby and Spears' second pass at the show used Dobby Gillis, which was like another show at the time, as the template for the teenagers rather than Archie. The treatment retained the dog Too Much, so we still have Too Much, while reducing the number of teenagers to 4, getting rid of Mike entirely. And
Rest
it
in peace
retained
to a
Jeff.
real one.
Rest in peace, Mike, my guy. Not rest in peace, though, to Jeff, Kelly, Linda, and WW. They got to stay. As their personalities...
The way they pronounce or spell Jeff, though, I don't like it, and I wish he would have left.
You don't like GEOFF?
No, I don't like GEOFF. Who spells it that way? It's dumb.
Jeff
A lot of
Rowley.
people.
Professional skateboarder Jeff Rowley.
Okay, he's the only one that I'll accept.
That dude's pretty tight. I mean...
Fair.
So, like, the names did change, though. Jeff became Ronnie, and then later Fred, because of Fred Silverman, no weirdo. Kelly was the one who became Daphne, Linda became Velma, and WW was Shaggy. The teens were now based on 4 teenage characters from the many loves of Dobby Gillis, Thalia Menninger, Zelda Gilroy, and Maynard G. Krebs, respectively. I don't really know anything about the show, but if you do, apparently there's a lot of Scooby Doo similarities there. Who'd have thought? So the revived show was then repitched to Silverman, who liked the material, but disliking the title Mysteries 5, decided to call the show Who's So Scared? I hate
This dude
that.
sucks.
He sucks.
Silverman presented Who's So Scared to the CBS executives as the centerpiece for the upcoming 1969 to 1970 season Saturday morning cartoon block. CBS president Frank Stanton felt that the presentation artwork was too scary for young viewers, and thinking the show would be the same, decided to pass on it. Silverman had Ruby Spears and the Hanna-Barbera staff revise the treatments and presentation materials to tone down the show and better reflect its comedy elements. The rock band element itself was dropped altogether, and more attention was focused upon Shaggy and Too Much. According to Ruby and Spears, Silverman was inspired by Frank Sinatra's scat, Doobie Doobie Doo. That's another phrase that has not aged well.
I never thought of that being why he said that.
Yeah, it's apparently Sophium. Yeah, at the end of the Strangers in the Night, this happened while he was on a red-eye flight to one of the development meetings, and right then and there he decided to rename the dog, to Scooby Doo, and retitled the show Scooby Doo, Where Are You? Finally, his first good title, but at the same time, where the fuck did Where Are You come from? Like, it
rhymes.
Scooby is never lost. You know what I'm saying?
Couple times.
Yeah, but in the show all the time, they're like, Scooby, where are you? Because they all get split up like every episode.
That's what the show's named. They had to do that. It was a forced trope.
Maybe they had a couple episodes. Maybe they had like the idea for a couple episodes already, and it came together.
It's possible.
Tim's shaking his head.
I really don't think they thought this far ahead in 69.
No, there's no way.
All right, well, let's get into the early years of the Doob. The first episode of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? What a Night for a Night. What a N-I-G-H-T for a K-N-I-G-H-T. Haha. Debuted on the CBS network Saturday, September 13th, 1969. The original voice cast featured Don Messick as Scooby-Doo, Casey Kasem as Shaggy, Frank Welker as Fred, actress Nicole Jaffe as Velma, and Indira Stefaniana as Daphne. Scooby's speech patterns closely resembled an earlier cartoon dog, Astro from the Jetsons, also voiced by Messick. This man was very good at making dog noises, I guess. Like, that was what he was known for. The series theme song was written by David Mook and Ben Rowley and performed by Larry Marks, which I also think is probably one of the best Scooby-Doo openings out of all of the Scooby-Doo openings.
You don't like Simple Plan?
I forgot that they did that.
Yep.
There's so many like fucking like celebrity cameos and shit in Scooby-Doo. It's ridiculous.
Didn't Green Day do a Scooby-Doo cover in one of their movies?
I'm pretty sure Green Day is in a Scooby-Doo movie. Yes.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure that's
what's their name? The guys that did All Star.
Smash Mouth.
They were in one of the movies too.
So I typed in Green Day Scooby-Doo, and the first thing I get is Green Day Pulling Teeth Scooby-Doo AMV. So, if you want to watch an animated music video someone made on YouTube,
there you go.
Cool.
So this entire series kind of had like a basic formula for every episode. Every episode features Scooby and the 4 teenage members of the Mystery Inc., Fred, Shaggy, Daphne, and Velma arriving at a location in the Mystery Machine, a van painted with psychedelic colors and flower power imagery. I feel like Scooby-Doo is to blame for a lot of like our generation's obsession with vans.
I was gonna say, because like Carly wants an old VW van really bad, and
I 100%
I have a couple
blame
friends.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I have a couple friends that, like, I have one friend that's trying to buy one of those like kind of like small van trucks.
I literally
that
have
the
a friend
flatbeds
who, like, I don't think he's living in the van, but sometimes he does. But he has like an apartment. But then sometimes he just lives in the van.
I have a coworker.
It's a pretty cool lifestyle, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Shit's tight. Cool.
I have a coworker that her boyfriend has a van that he redid where they can do like adventure camping real quick in it.
Yeah, like shitting in
my
buckets,
dude's got his shit all carpeted, dude.
Yeah.
Got the works. Shitting in what?
Buckets.
That's
hashtag van life, baby.
Yeah, no
dude,
one ever
some of these vans have like actual fucking bathrooms though. Like,
yeah.
Some of these vans are insane, dude.
Or they have like chemical toilets. Do we need to talk about this? I don't know.
I mean, we don't need to talk about it, but like camper toilets.
Okay, but where do you? Sure, if you get where's the tank go? These are the pressing. I thought the whole thing about van life was you're entirely self-sustained inside your van. Just go shit at a Wendy's.
I'll send you some YouTube videos.
Just shit at a Wendy's.
That's a good place to shit.
I don't want to shit in a bucket. I'm sorry. I would love to live in a van. I've thought about this.
Well, then just go to a Wendy's.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to shit in a Walmart parking lot in the back.
Why don't you go?
Why not a Wendy's?
Walmart?
Because Walmart bathrooms are grosser than the outside of the Walmart.
That's fair. That's why you find a Meijer.
Not true.
Meijer's pretty nice. They got nice bathrooms.
Yeah.
But in every episode, after they do their van life bullshit in Scooby Doo, they encounter a purportedly supernatural monster terrorizing the local populace, such as a ghost. And they always decide to investigate. Do they get paid? I don't think so. Is this like a sustainable business model?
I'm pretty sure.
Don't they eventually explain that Daphne's parents are like rich and they fund?
Yeah, I think
like
her
solely
and Fred's.
fund. Yeah, like
I think
her parents.
I think
like,
literally
pretty much
all of
solely
their
friend is.
Maybe not Velma's, but I'm pretty sure it's established that fucking Shaggy's parents are rich too.
Well, Scooby ends up. They have that whole episode where he inherits that whole like fortune too.
My friend,
That
that is not an episode. That is a movie.
No, yeah.
I thought it was a whole series.
I thought you were talking
No,
specifically about the
movie.
Booze brothers. Or the Boo brothers or whatever, the one where there's like the weird like Civil War era ghost in it that's kind of troubling these days.
That's the one I'm talking. That's the one I'm talking
Okay. There's a lot of
Yeah.
Scooby Doo.
They get their money in weird ways. Mooching mostly.
Yes. So after they figure out their money issues, the kids split up to look for clues and suspects while being chased at turns by the monster. Eventually, the kids come to realize that the paranormal activity is actually an elaborate hoax, and often with the help of a Rube Goldberg-like trap designed by Fred, they capture the creature suit-wearing villain and unmask him or her. Revealed as a flesh-and-blood crook who used the costume to cover up their crimes, the villain is arrested and taken to jail, usually with the catchphrase, "If it weren't for those pesky / meddling kids and their dog."
Do you think all of us liked the Rube Goldberg club because we were so into Scooby Doo as children?
That's another
Could be.
possibility.
I always attributed it more to Home Alone than I did to Scooby Doo, but that's fair too.
It's also
I
true,
didn't like
yes.
Home Alone, but
I don't feel like I liked it that much as a kid, but I do as an adult. I think it's a solid little flick.
it's okay. We can debate about this around Christmas time.
Fair.
I guess technically
something
when
my
we're
eye.
recording this is around Christmas time, but
That's
next
fine.
Christmas
We're
time.
not even
A
at
year from now, we'll
Thanksgiving
debate
yet.
the value, the merit of Home Alone 1 through 3.
Yeah.
Maybe not Lost
Yeah,
in New
yeah.
York, because I don't want to talk about that one.
And we could talk about the new one that's coming out here shortly. So,
Home Aloner.
or a couple weeks ago, if you're listening to this.
Homo.
Anyways.
Homo on the range.
So that's what?
Some Brokeback Mountain shit, man.
That's pretty much the gist of OG Scooby Doo. Pretty much everything in that season's the same. It's whatever. It's really good. It's fun. but we're going to move on to the Doober movies.
The minor 49er.
In the fall of 1972, new 1 hour episodes under the title The New Scooby Doo Movies were created. Each episode featuring a real or fictitious guest star helping the gang solve problems, including characters from other Hanna-Barbera series such as the Harlem Globetrotters. That's
not a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
No.
I put that in the wrong section. My bad. That was supposed to be in the celebrities section. Josie and the Pussycats and Speed Buggy. The comic book characters Batman and Robin. I don't know why they're there.
I want to like cut us talking about how it shouldn't be there just to piss off everybody in the audience. Everyone in the audience is like, that's a real thing.
Well, now you're going to cut all this out, too.
I know.
Whoops.
I'm not going to, but it'd be funny.
So, and then we have celebrities like the Harlem Globetrotters and Sandy Duncan, the Addams Family, Cass Elliot, Phyllis Diller, Don Knotts, and lastly, the Three Stooges. After 2 seasons and 24 episodes of the new movies format from 72 to 73, CBS began airing reruns of the original Scooby Doo Where Are You series until its option on the series expired in 76. I feel like that's pretty good, like getting 2 seasons of like movies.
Yeah.
Was this still with the full cast? Because I know there's an era soon, I think, when they like cut out like Velma and Fred all together and just Scooby, Shaggy, Scrappy, and Velma. Or not Velma, Daphne.
Yeah, so that's
probably Scooby Doo. Yeah.
ABC Doober is when the show went to ABC. Obviously, this is from 76 to 91. There's like 4 different series that came out. There was Scooby Doo and Scrappy Doo, Scooby Doo and Scrappy Doo Shorts, the new Scooby and Scrappy Doo Show, and the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo. As you can guess, they're all the same fucking thing, except for the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo.
Pretty sure the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo didn't even have 13 ghosts in it.
I don't think so.
Pretty sure it got cut short, and they just fucking did not finish that series. Or they like finished it, and then just like were like, we also got the other like 6.
Is the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo the no, yeah, but like, is it the source material for 13 Ghosts?
I knew you were gonna ask us.
Yes.
The answer is no.
No, it's yes.
It does not have those cool designs in it. It does have that guy,
terrible script.
The guy who would go on to play Shaggy in it, but
oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, C connection.
That's a good point.
Terrible script. Guy that played Scooby Doo. 13 Ghosts.
Bada bing, bada
can you
boom.
imagine if it was and it had the 13 ghosts from the movie and Scooby Doo? Had like the naked lady in the bathtub of blood and that dude with like train spikes railed into his head.
Back in the late 70s, like in the 80s, yeah, that would be terrible.
Exactly.
That would have made the Satanic
And it turns out the
Panic
13th ghost is the ghost of Velma, where Shaggy and Scooby accidentally killed her.
Rest in peace.
Fuck that movie. That movie's so bad.
Forever looking for her glasses.
Forever fetish material for TikTok.
True.
Yes. So we're just kind of going to skip over the ABC Doober period. It's like kind of whatever.
It's really bad.
Yeah. And we're going to move into what I would like to call peak doobage. This is the late 90s to early 2000s.
Oh yeah, this is the shit.
So this was when Cartoon Network and Boomerang, yeah, I think Boomerang also at this time was airing Scooby Doo. But there was like a rise in popularity of Scooby Doo because of Cartoon Network, and then the Warner Bros. Picked up the new Scooby Doo direct-to-video film. They did one a year for 4 years straight, I believe, and it began in 1998. These are probably my favorites. I really like this whole.
I was gonna say these are
Scooby-Doo.
all of these are pretty fucking much bangers.
Yeah. So these films featured a slightly different, older version of the original 5-character cast. The first 4 direct-to-TV entries were Scooby Doo on Zombie Island, Scooby Doo and the Witch's Ghost, Scooby Doo and the Alien Invaders, and Scooby Doo and the Cyber Chase.
I knew John was gonna say something about Alien Invaders.
That's
the only one I can't remember.
Yeah, I know why.
That's the only one I can't think anything about.
It's got the girl who turns out to be an alien in it. Like the hippie girl.
She turns into like a coyote or some shit at the end, right?
I don't know if it's a coyote, but
I swear to God, she can
honestly,
turn into
Scooby Doo on Zombie Island.
remember.
Scooby Doo on Zombie Island is fucking prime. That's the one with the Hex Girls in it, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is good. Yeah, the Hex sisters or whatever.
I used to love Cyber Chase too. That shit was so.
Cyber Chase
So cool.
was my least favorite, but it was still pretty.
I think it's
was
just
a
because I liked it
banger.
because it was in a fucking video game.
Yeah. Frank
I'll look it
Welker was the only original voice cast member to return for these productions. Don Messick, the original voice of Scooby, had passed in 1997.
I forgot about the Casey Kasem thing.
Casey Kasem, who was a strict vegetarian, relinquished the role of Shaggy after having to provide the voice for a 1995 Burger King commercial. Because of this, Scott Innes took over as both Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. Billy West, though, voiced Shaggy and Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. B.J. Ward took over as Velma, and Mary Kay Bergman voiced Daphne until her death in November of 1999, and then was replaced by Gray Delisle.
Wait, are you telling me...
first-
Sorry, I read ahead a little bit. You're telling me the Witch's Ghost was the introduction of the Hex Girls? I thought it was
Yes.
Zombie Island.
No, I thought it was the Witch's Ghost, and then like they came because they like after like they were like one of the first like recurring characters.
All right, I mean you can't be. You're probably not wrong. You did more research than I did, but I could have sworn. Maybe I just mixed the two movies together in my head since they were like the first two.
I was gonna say they're pretty similar
Yeah.
enough. I feel like the Alien one and then Cyber Chase just definitely stand out more because they're like.
And
Very-
I do want to go back and say that the lady did not turn into a dog. She turned into an alien, and her dog also turned into an alien.
Yes,
Yeah.
I forgot. It's the
Alien
But
dog.
I mixed it up because I forgot
Yeah.
that she had a dog, and Shaggy and Scooby fell in love with them and then realized they were aliens. And then they were still like, hey, we kind of want to bang aliens.
Hey, this is still kind of okay, I guess.
can't blame them.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man.
So these, excuse me, sorry. These first 4 direct-to-video films differed from the original series format by placing the characters and plots with a darker tone and pitting them against actual supernatural forces. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island featured the original 1969 gang reunited after years of being apart, fighting voodoo-worshipping cat creatures in the Louisiana
That's
bayou.
right. Okay.
Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost featured an author returning to his Massachusetts hometown with the gang to find out that an event is being haunted by the author's dead ancestor Sarah, who was an actual witch. The Witch's Ghost introduced a goth rock band known as the Hex Girls, who became recurring characters in the Scooby-Doo franchise, and also probably was the cause of a lot of sexual awakenings.
Yeah.
This show in general was probably the cause of a lot of sexual awakenings between Daphne, Velma, and the Hex Girls. And Fred
I think
and
they
that
did that on
ascot.
purpose.
Probably. Fred and that ascot got me. Just the ascot, actually. Not even Fred. Take him out of there.
There's like the whole theory that like
Fred
and
is the
Shaggy are
ascot?
actually just like gay.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that Fred
I'm
is.
pretty
I
sure
mean,
they like sleep in bed together and shit.
I think that was a shitpost
like-
theory I saw that Fred is the ascot.
Fred. Oh, like the ascot is controlling just like a meat sack.
Yeah.
It's like a sentient being.
I think that was a shitpost thing I saw based on like one of those like weird dumb twists of X is the X or X is the Y or whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So the direct-to-video productions continued to be produced concurrently with at least one entry per year. Two of these entries, Scooby Doo and The Legend of the Vampire and Scooby Doo and the Monster of Mexico.
Monster of Mexico is good.
That one was really, that had the chupacabra in it. That one was like fucking ridiculous.
I don't remember either of these, but I'm sure they were good.
Both of them were 2003. They were produced in a retro style reminiscent of the original series and featured Heather North and Nicole Jaffe as voices of Daphne and Velma, respectively. Later entries produced between 2004 and 2009 were done in the style of What's New Scooby-Doo, using that show's voice cast. Entries from 2010 on use the original 1969 designs and feature Matthew Lillard as the voice of Shaggy, the character Lillard portrayed in the live-action theatrical Scooby-Doo films. Two Scooby-Doo movies were released in 2016, named Lego Scooby-Doo Haunted Hollywood, and even worse, Scooby-Doo and WWE Curse of the Speed Demon.
This is when a bunch of WWE guys got into Scooby-Doo, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's where the John Cena Scooby-Doo memes come from, where he's like fucking like throwing a boulder out of their way or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But let's ignore John Cena doobage and focus on the probably debatably
classics.
The second movie fucking was kind of cheeks. But the first live-action doobage that we got, absolute classic, 100% certified banger. A feature-length live-action... Fair enough. A live-action film was released by Warner Brothers on June 14th, 2002, directed by Raha Gosnell. The film starred Freddie Prinze Jr. as Fred, Sarah Michelle Gellar as Daphne, Matthew Lillard as Shaggy, and Linda Cardellini as Velma. Scooby-Doo was voiced by Neil Fanning and was kind of a disgusting computer-generated dog. I don't think that came out.
It's not as bad as like
I don't think that aged as well.
Weird monster things in that movie.
Yeah, dude, the whole fucking
or the CG stretchy like, Scrappy Doo.
They just like looked mucusy.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I didn't like the texture that they looked like. Scooby-Doo was a financially successful release with a domestic box office gross of over $130 million US. A sequel, Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed, followed in March 2004 with the same cast and director. Scooby-Doo 2 earned $84 million at the U.S. box office. A third film was planned, but was later scrapped due to Warner Bros. Being disappointed by the amount of profit that was made off of the second one. Like, we only made $86 million, so sorry.
What else was Warner Brothers even releasing around then that they were like... Hold on, I'll just look this up.
Probably jack shit, dude.
Like, it had to have been nothing significant.
They're terrible DC Universe movies.
Yeah.
Way back when.
They don't have like a list of films. Oh, here we go. 2004. Why can't I find like 2004? Oh, this is highest grossing. I just want overall like. God.
What they pushed out.
Yeah, and I don't think it's gonna give it to me. Film series.
So I actually completely forgot about this, but there was another live action television movie.
I forgot about this too.
I forgot it even existed, and then I saw like the cover for it. And I was like, oh yeah, this is real. So I believe
I don't remember this.
that was it. Yeah. So it's called Scooby Doo: The Mystery Begins. Oh no, it was released on DVD. So it wasn't. It was a straight to DVD thing, not straight to TV. I'm sorry, but
bro,
on release.
No, you go first.
I remember now. Yeah.
On release, it was also aired on Cartoon Network, so I think that's probably why I thought it was a straight to DVD type thing, or straight to TV. I'm sorry. But yeah, that aired on September 13th, 2009, the 40th anniversary of the series debut. The film starred Nick Pilatus as Shaggy, Robbie Arnell as Fred, Kate Melton as Daphne, Haley Kiyoko as Velma, and Fred Welker as the voice of Scooby-Doo. A second live-action TV movie, Scooby-Doo: Curse of the Lake Monster, retained the same cast and aired on October 16th, 2010, and a direct-to-video spin-off, Daphne and Velma, in 2018. The Mystery Begins and Curse of the Lake Monster serve as prequels, taking place before the events of 2002 film, while Daphne and Velma serves as a spin-off. So there is actually some continuity to Scooby-Doo, I guess.
I'm going to give you 5 movies that came out in 2004.
Okay.
And how much do you have it? How much Scooby-Doo made on here? Or the Scooby-Doo 2 earned $84 million? Okay. All right. Here's some other movies that they made this year, and here's how much they made. The Polar Express, about $200 million. Ocean's 12, about $262 million. $1 Million Baby, $180 million. Troy, almost $200 million.
It's fine. These numbers aren't real.
And the big one, the best movie out of this list, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, making a whopping $660 million.
Yeah, that's why they were disappointed with $84 million.
That's also the best Harry Potter movie.
But I mean,
so
if the first one only made fucking $100 and something, so it's not like they had they shouldn't have had super high. I don't know. It's besides the point.
Yeah, they didn't have like a high bar.
Well, I think they should have. Let's not even compare them to all those movies. Let's just say they're comparing it to the first movie. It made less money. They were hoping for up and up and up.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I'm not saying it's.
Fuck it, whatever.
I'm not saying it's well directed or whatever. But yeah, that's how studios be.
After this, we got the Kids WB Doobage from 2002 to 2008. What's New Scooby Doo is just normal Scooby Doo.
What's New Scooby Doo?
We had Shaggy and Scooby Doo Get a Clue. After 3 seasons of What's New Scooby Doo, it was replaced in September of 2006 with Shaggy and Scooby Doo Get a Clue, a major revamping of the series, which debuted on the CW Kids WB Saturday morning programming block. In the new premise, Shaggy inherits money and a mansion from an uncle, an inventor who has gone into hiding from villains trying to steal a secret invention. The villains, led by Dr. Phibes, based primarily upon Dr. Evil from the Austin Powers series and named after Vincent Price's character from the abominable Dr. Phibes.
Oh, that's
use different schemes.
I'm pretty sure Vincent Price is in fucking 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo, and he's like one of those big original,
possibly. I'm not sure.
Horror movie actors.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. But yeah, so these guys use different schemes to try to get the invention from Shaggy and Scooby, who handle the plots alone. Fred, Daphne, and Velma are normally absent, but sometimes do make appearances at times to help. The characters are redesigned and the art style revised for the new series. Scott Menville voiced Shaggy in the series, with Casey Kasem appearing as the voice of Shaggy's uncle Albert. Shaggy and Scooby-Doo Get a Clue ran for 2 seasons on the CW. After this, we go to the Cartoon Network and Boomerang years, which is 2010 to now. Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, The series, while still following the basic mystery-solving format of its predecessors, was broadcast as a 52-chapter animated televised novel and included elements similar to live-action mystery/adventure shows. An overarching mystery surrounding the game's hometown of Crystal Cove, California, became the series' main story arc, with pieces to the mystery unfolding episode by episode. So it's basically like Scooby Doo, but with an actual story going on. Also featured were romantic entanglements and interpersonal conflict between the lead characters. The series ran for 52 episodes over 2 seasons, with a 3-part finale airing across April 4th and 5th, 2013, exactly 3 years from the debut. And we have Be Cool, Scooby Doo on March 10th, 2014. Cartoon Network announced several new series based on classic cartoons, including a new Scooby Doo animated series titled Be Cool, Scooby Doo. The show features the gang living it up the summer after the gang's senior year of high school. Along the way, they run into monsters and mayhem. The series premiered on October 5th, 2015, and concluded on March 18th, 2018. Then we got Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, which brings us to the current day. May 23rd, 2018, Boomerang announced that a new Scooby-Doo series titled Scooby-Doo and Guess Who would be released sometime in 2019. The series is currently airing on Boomerang streaming service and app since its premiere in 2019. The series features the Mystery Inc. gang teaming up with a variety of guest stars to solve mysteries. Confirmed guest stars include Halsey, Sia, Bill Nye, Mark Hamill, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Ricky Gervais, Kenan Thompson, and Chris Paul. The series also includes fictional guest stars including Jaleel White as Steve Urkel. So, I mean, Jaleel White's real, but Steve Urkel's not.
Are we sure?
I think we understood.
Just clearing things up. And then Kevin Conroy as Batman.
Ooh, nice. Kevin Conroy.
And,
have you seen? I
one.
actually saw a clip out of. I don't remember what it was. It's one. I think it's the one episode with Mark Hamill, and they like make something like a joke about Batman, and he just makes a reference to how he played the Joker, basically.
Yeah.
Saw it on TikTok, I think.
Oh, is that the I'm the Joker, baby?
That's
is that
the
where
one.
that's from?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that crossover.
The next thing, the bullet point you have is, I think, solely based off of TikTok.
So now
What
that
made you
we're at
think
the
that?
present day, now that we're at the present day,
This is what you have highlighted.
we are going into the future. On February 10th, 2021, it was announced that Velma will have her own series, which will be released on HBO Max. So it says it will be adult orientated, but it's not like that. I don't know.
It's not porno.
It's not the porno.
Produced by Mindy Kaling from The Office.
Oh,
and
okay.
Other things.
Is she gonna voice her?
Yes. She's also the voice. So, I don't think there has been an announcement for a release date, but
I'm pretty sure I
keep an
just
eye
saw
out for
something
that.
about this. Let me see.
I have not, but
I don't remember where I saw it, but I definitely saw it.
Velma
Maybe I
was
just saw
probably one
like
of
that
my-
Mindy Kaling was like involved or something.
Velma
Well,
was definitely one of my
what?
favorite characters. So
I'm on the Hanna-Barbera wiki and it says it will have a 10-episode run. Velma attends high school while a serial killer targets all the popular kids. And is this a crossover with fucking Riverdale?
maybe.
Ooh. Mindy Kaling and one of its executive producers also stars its lead, shed some light on the above-mentioned plot, while also making a point of mentioning Velma's budding sexuality. Okay. This is a high schooler.
I mean, like, yeah, that's like
If she's 18, it's fine, right? You know. Apparently, according to
Sure.
Riverdale, it's fine even if they're not 18.
I mean, like, I don't know. as long as it's not like teenagers having sex.
Dude, I really want it to be the next Riverdale. Like, holy fuck!
But
Can
it's
you
like-
imagine a
I'm
Scooby Doo?
talking like it makes sense.
No,
because
yeah, you're
like, that's
not.
when
You're right. You're right. It's just you
I
don't
just
tend
don't-
to.
I don't want the show to like come off as like something weird. I guess.
Yeah, you don't want that to make that the center point because then it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm okay with it because it's like, it's like the normal time or whatever. When you start figuring things out.
For most people.
Anywho.
But yeah, I mean that's really all I got on Scoobert Doobert.
Nice.
The lovable Great Dane who may or may not be a stoner. It's never been confirmed. It's never been denied.
Did you know in the James Gunn one where they're cooking the
In the van.
food in the van, they were supposed to actually be smoking doobies, and they took
really?
it and they had to do reshoots. So
Well, they
that
didn't have
they
to,
can
so
make
they
it that
they
instead.
reshot the scene in the van to have Shaggy making burgers on a grill.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
gotcha.
originally they were just in there and it was full of smoke. There was no like actual paraphernalia, but like it was very much more like oriented like that they
Implied.
were smoking weed.
I mean that
Yeah.
movie also
And
has
then,
like the joke of them being on the airplane, Shaggy meeting that girl named Mary Jane and going, "No way,
That's
man, that's
my
like my
favorite."
favorite name."
Oh man. James Gunn got it right, man. Anyways, anybody got anything to
God,
wrap
I
up that topic?
I want them to turn Scooby Doo into the next Riverdale. That'd be so funny.
It would be really funny. I have not watched Riverdale, but it would be really
I
funny
haven't
and I would
either,
watch
and
it.
part of me wants to because I hear it's just a fucking like wild ride after season 1. But I
Carly
have like
watched season 1, but I don't know.
I heard that the
She
season
was-
1
it was
apparently is like
okay, I
a
guess.
is like an actual like teen drama that the CW
Yeah.
usually has. And then season 2 starts like the fucking weird serial killer cult, like underground fight club in a prison, in a children, like a teen prison thing. Yeah, it gets
Kind of
fucking
like
weird
the
real
Sabrina the Teenage Witch series, like turned
Yeah,
really
yeah.
into like a lot of satanic witchcraft stuff, like really
quick.
fast.
Yeah. Or how the Flash turned into bad CGI.
Yeah, that too.
Really just any CW show, but this will be done by HBO, so who knows. They're gonna have Velma killing people.
Like actually
yeah.
murdering people.
She is the serial killer.
With all
Maybe.
that HBO violence.
Maybe Velma has like split personality disorder where she is the killer and the solver of the mystery.
Supposedly.
All right. Well, Quinn's
It's a
getting
possibility.
tired, and I'm getting tired. So let's wrap this baby up tonight, huh? What do you guys say? Tim, you want to go first?
We're doing socials. Okay. You can find me on Letterboxd at Timmy C. You can find me on everything else at Hot Pink Waffles. You can find me on Twitch at TJams, TEAJAMZ.
Nice.
I'm on Twitter at Gondola Driver, Twitch Boxwine with a 0.
There you go. You can catch me in JMergs, either an S or a Z on pretty much whatever. You can find the podcast, Rewind Reload, on Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, all that good shit. Also, go check out our Patreon because you're listening to this episode now, but it actually came out last week on the Patreon. So if you want a week early, you can come and listen. Why are you giving me that look, Tim?
It's Patreon.
Patreon, whatever. I guess it would be if you become a patron of our
Yes.
Patreon. Then you
God,
get
learn how to
an
show
early.
correctly.
Why don't we get a
Hey,
fucking Fansly
okay.
while we're at it?
Yeah, and an OnlyFans.
Just gotta diversify our portfolios, that's all I'm saying.
We could just do the podcast just butt ass naked the whole time.
That'd be a funny bit. I'm not gonna lie.
That would be real. That
to,
would actually
to have
be
like
really
an
funny.
OnlyFans for like a week and release like just one podcast of us fucking like almost complete. Like I would censor just the. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I'd censor.
I mean,
what
like
I wouldn't.
I would tell you right now, if we just did like a small censor over my junk,
Yeah.
I would do that as a funny bit.
Yeah, that'd be a funny bit.
Like if we hit like a certain goal, maybe we'll readjust our goals. We'll do it for like one episode on OnlyFans.
I feel like
for
I
like
feel
a
like
special one-time
yeah.
week.
Yeah. I was gonna say I feel like if
Like,
we
we
censored
would only
it,
put it
Patreon
out
wouldn't care, but it'd be funny to like do it as a one-time bit.
Yeah. See, the
Yeah.
problem with that
Like
is
like a weekend or like a 1 week thing where it's like you only get it for a week to watch this episode.
well, I guess you just make the account free. Never mind. I was gonna say because then you have to pay for like 2 accounts.
Oh yeah.
No, we would just.
I mean,
fine.
I think you can like give people
This is
like
a shit
access.
post. It's fine.
I think
Yeah, you
I'm
could give
just-
people access. That, or we could do it on a patron level. Just be like, yo, give us like $50 and you can watch us naked for an episode. All right.
Yep.
It's getting late. We're getting weird. So we're gonna get out of here, I think.
Thank God.
So bye.